over to Chris. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Chris.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for the clap. We're trying to avoid that all my life. Owens is not just my best mate, he's like a brother to me. So, back in 2005, I asked him to be my best man, and I honestly thought I'd never have to repay the favour. But since he's been so foolish as to ask me, there's only one person in this room who I can rely upon to help me write the speech, and that's Big Gav.
His face.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not the best man. I'm just a man that they can't keep quiet. We'd like to start, before we get into the speech, if I could just ask all the ladies, if you could all just stand for me, please. Okay, when you're on your feet, if you just put your hands above your heads, hands together.
Now, could all the gentlemen please stand up? Put your hands above your head, with your hands apart. Pose. That's great. It doesn't matter what we say now, we can prove we have a standing ovation.
Okay, so it's quite a long speech. Bear with us if we refer to notes that Chris has brought with him. Sorry about this. Chris has left the speech at home, so if you just bear... We can't really do anything without the notes. We're just going to nip home and get them. Sorry about this.
Where are you going?
1 minute. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really sorry. I don't quite know what's going on, but I have known Chris and Gav for an awfully long time, and I know what a liability they are. So, if you wouldn't mind looking that way, hopefully we can pick them up on a satellite tracking system.
I'm sure you got it last. I can't find it. If we was all around fucking doing it. I can't believe it. How can I print it? I printed it and brought it around here and really? You ripped it. Oh, Rabbit's probably get it. No, I wasn't that. Oh, what's this? The Casio watch? Ah, that reminds me of one of Holmes's many fishing adventures. For those of you that know Holmesy really well will know that one of his favourite pastimes is fishing. It involves quite a lot of sitting on your ass and doing nothing. So it comes down to the ground. On one of many Holmes's fishing adventures, he once lost his little Casio calculator watch in the canal. And you can imagine Holmes's reaction here. He was a little bit pissed off, to say the least. So he stomped all the way home, had a right go at his mum and dad, and then come back the following week to the very same fishing ground. Sure enough, that week though, he couldn't get a bite at all, and all he could hear was the bleeping of the alarm from his watch. I've got a bite! I've got a bite! Here! What's the box done? It's a Have you found it?
No.
Come on, we've got a wedding we need to be at. Hey, what's this? This little Holmesy. Always been the devoted Manchester United supporter. Look at this picture. West Ham United. And he got a big helmet. No, not really. Buckman Road. Holmes used to live here for about 30 years.
And his mum and dad said that they'll never ever uproot him and leave him until he finds a girlfriend. And that's when Vicky come along.
I used to live 300 yards up that road.
I used to live just in staggering this to try and make it on. One of Mum's favourites. His room used to be wall-to-wall DVDs. It was far better stock than Blockbuster.
I didn't know he was on the telly.
No.
His favourite pastimes, computer games, of course. I remember dropping him off at the train station because he was going to go meet a teenage boy that he'd been playing with.
I know we used to like staying at home playing those computer games, getting paid 70 quid a week off the door, but us taxpayers had paid him for them. That's when you have to work too.
HCX. Holmes has been here for about 13 years now. And who'd have thought a place like this would employ
Not for gas fires and central heating systems. So this place has been full of old boilers. Holmes has managed to find the love of his life in Vicky. Vicky works in the accounts department. In fact, she is the accounts department.
Vicky? Don't bother me now! You paid the bill. If that well is all telling me that come on. Wait, that's how you get married to me. I'm leaving stains everywhere.
It's here in this little intimate room that harmless flirting turned into full-on groping, and eventually out for a romantic meal for two. What's with all the beans?
This is where they make Holmes's beloved baked beans. Nobody remembers the first time they tried baked beans because they were too young.
Holmes can vividly remember this because it was the tender age of 24. Whilst on a stag do, his breakfast arrived, he turned to me in disgust and said, "What the are they doing?" After a little bit of peer pressure, he tried them and he's been hooked ever since.
There is one food hurdle he's still yet to overcome, and that's his nemesis, the onion.
Holmes hates onions. In fact, he regularly tells me that anybody who eats onions is going to die. When he goes and does the Aldi Big Shop, he'll have a look, he'll go down the aisle, pick up a pie, any remote trace of onions, he'll throw it back in disgust.
Which brings us here to the Far Pavilion. This is Holmes's favourite restaurant in Atherton. He loves this restaurant so much he's on first name terms with all the staff, including owner and manager Zubair Aswad. Hi Holmesy and Vicky. His favourite dish here is a chicken tikka vindaloo. Tell me, Z, what is the main ingredient in a chicken tikka vindaloo?
Onions, onions and more onions.
I'm sorry. Holmes always likes to ring me when he's on the toilet, which wasn't too much of a problem until he got an iPhone that does video calling. He likes to ring people and show them exactly what he can produce.
Oh, come on, Daft Ass, found it. Oh.
That was superb, wasn't it?
Thanks a lot. We've been killing ourselves out there. Wish we were in here. Right. We'd like to thank Cameron and Grace for inviting us here today. You've both done a fantastic job today, and I'm sure both your mum and Andy are very proud of you.
Okay, I know it's been said, but we'd also like to thank everyone for coming. It's been a hell of a drive, but I'm sure you'll agree it's an absolutely stunning venue we're at today.
Yes.
Vicky, you look beautiful today. I'm not one for cliches, but you really do screw up well. But seriously, Vicky's worked tirelessly in preparation for today, and her efforts have not been in vain. Everything looks perfect.
We should also mention Omsey, because he too has done everything that's been asked of him. You've turned up. And that was about it.
We must admit, being a bit surprised when Andy announced he'd met a beautiful soulmate in Vicky. I honestly thought that Andy's wife would come mail order from Thailand.
And I didn't think he'd ever leave Bangor. all of the bridesmaids look beautiful today, especially Ruby, Emily, who've done a fantastic job.
And doesn't little Ross look cute in his kilt?
Andy's a very generous type of guy. He's the type of guy who give you the last fiver in his pocket and lend you anything that he possesses. And I'd like to take this opportunity, if we can, to organise a little bit of an amnesty.
I'll get the ball rolling and hand you back what have I got here? Box set of American Pie. There you go, mate. I've had it for years.
So we'd just like to put it out to the floor. Has anybody else got anything that they've ever lent off Holmesy? Oh, there you go, Matt.
It's lovely, I'll give it a good vote for the last 6 years.
Hang on. Was that full when he gave it to you?
It may have been.
Is anyone else in the room?
Yeah, I'm so sorry, mate. I'm a bit embarrassed. I don't mean to keep them so long. Sorry. Oh.
I'm about to close this amnesty now. Is there anything else?
I'm afraid I've got something for you, Andy.
The old guy in the back, what video? He's fumbling, hang on.
I know you lent it to me, but I just couldn't get on with it anymore, so I'm bringing it back to you.
Yes, I hope you've wiped that down.
It's been that hard, like he's come to the wrong thing, you know. So ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to please stand and raise your glasses to two very important people.
Some of you know them very well already, some of you know them not so well, but I'm sure by the end of today, you'll all know and love them dearly.
Please raise your glasses to the bar staff. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Holmes.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause. Have you ever seen anything like it? Gavin and Chris, everyone, come on. I've been known to 500 weddings and I've never seen a speech as good as that.